welcome back to Spectrums. If you've been struggling in the job market, our next guest is here to offer up some helpful tips to give you a boost in this competitive job market. Please welcome Amy Hansman.
Hello. Hello, Amy.
How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so excited to be a part of that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, you work for the Job Service, correct?
I work for Job Service, Department of Workforce Development. We have a presence in 2 of the job centers here in Milwaukee, at the YWCA on the near north side and the UMOS building on South Chase.
Okay, I'm familiar with both.
So most people when they're looking for jobs, they're online.
They are.
Newspaper. What actually does the Job Service offer?
What Job Service offers, we operate the resource rooms where people can go and search for jobs online. We also offer workshops on resume writing, interviewing, looking for a job, pretty much anything that is job related. Another big part of what we do are orientations for people who are receiving unemployment right now. They get a special invitation. A mandatory a mandatory request to attend one of these orientations. There a lot of the job centers also have job fairs, things like that.
Okay.
So anything that is job related, whether you are unemployed, underemployed, or just looking for, we also offer career counseling.
Oh, wonderful.
If you're looking for a new path.
So what would you say to those that actually say there are no jobs out here?
False. False.
Capital letters.
Yeah. We have JobCenterofWisconsin.com is the job service, Department of Workforce Development online job board. And any given day you can see how many new jobs have been posted. The jobs are out there. However, people struggle with presenting themselves as the best possible match. Because the jobs are out there, the applicant pool is huge. There are a lot more people vying for slightly fewer jobs. So really what people struggle with is presenting themselves as the best possible solution to the employer. So there are jobs out there.
How should they prepare for a job? I mean, if it's such, just wide.
It is.
What makes them stand out?
What you can do is really you need to be specific. The days of one resume are over. I'm sorry. They're over. They're over. You need to present yourself. I counsel people. It's a marketing campaign, and marketing campaigns, advertising have a target audience. You have a target audience to whatever industry, whatever company. You have a target audience. Tailor your skills, tailor your experience to fit that. Then, if you present yourself as to an employer, I understand your business and I can help you. That's what you're saying.
In your cover letter also, you're really wanting to make sure that cover letter is telling you
Tailored.
exactly.
So let me ask you this, as far as a resume, how can you tailor your resume for different employers if you've only worked for specific companies?
Well,
that's a good question.
that is a good question. When you're trying to expand, there's 2 operative words here. One, transferable skills, which is actually 2 words, but and keywords, which is actually also 2 words. So 4 words. Transferable skills, those kinds of skills that if you don't have a long work history, you're young, you just graduated high school, college, or whatever, or you want to switch gears. Transferable skills are those things that transcend any sort of industry, whether I'm organized, whether I'm detailed, whether I have leadership ability, if I can write, if I can speak in public. Can I move those around and really opening up your perspective as to what counts as experience and as a skill. It does not have to be something that I received a paycheck for. It's what did I do in school? What do I do on my weekends? Do I do babysitting, lawn work? Do I shovel sidewalk? Do I take care of my, my kids or somebody else's kids?
And that's where those references then would come
in. Also. References, the best, the ideal reference is someone who you've worked with or worked for. But if that, if that's a limited pool, well then go to the people that you have worked with in your church, in your neighborhood. Those people can serve as references
those
too.
activities and things that you do too. Like I have co-host of Spectrums on my resume. Because
course.
it's showing that I'm able to, speak to others and everything. So
And
that would be it.
you really want to tailor it to a specific industry and if you can tailor it right down to that specific job, to that specific company, fantastic.
So what about the people who've been unemployed for a year or 2 years? How can they make their resume look fresh and spicy?
Yeah.
What an employer wants to know, and it's not unusual anymore to see. It used to be 5 years ago, if you hadn't worked for 3 months, it was something was wrong with you. Now, now it's, if I see 6, 9, 12, 18 months, I know that doesn't necessarily say anything about you. But what I'm looking for as an employer, what have you been doing? What have you been doing during that time to be productive, to better yourself? That's what I'm looking at. Maybe it's volunteer work. Maybe you were in school. You were learning something new. I want to know recent and relevant to what my job is. One thing I do want to mention that Job Service does offer that is recent and relevant and speaks to skills and accomplishments is our National Career Readiness Certificate. Which is, okay, all right.
Yeah, no, we're good. No,
Nice
we're
segue.
going right on. Yeah,
Nice segue. That is something that it's a work readiness credential the state of Wisconsin is offering right now, and an individual can earn this credential. It's measures your skills in math, reading, locating information, something that is vital to every job. It was created by the folks at ACT, the college entrance exam people. And when you go to jobcenterofwisconsin.com, you may see some job postings have a little red star by them. Those are employers who are looking for individuals who possess this certificate. If you go to the website, jobcenterofwisconsin.com, there's a lot more information.
For you guys to know.
Yeah.
Now, it's one thing to look good on paper, but
Yes.
you have all these job fairs. How does a person stand out at a job fair?
It's very difficult. Job fairs, sometimes just feel like a cattle call. And
Right. It's a lot going on.
it's really good practice. It's really good practice to go up and shake hands, look people in the eyes, smile. What's my 30-second speech about? And what do I want to know? If I'm an employer, I want to know, how are you going to help me? How are you going to solve my problem? So when you're presenting yourself at a job fair, confidence. I suggest people don't visit their top 3 employers right away. Get like because you don't want to. You want to get warmed up.
Business to the ones that
So if there's a company there that you really want to talk to, go to a few other ones first and
It's like in dating.
It is like in dating. It is exactly.
Don't do all the bad ones first.
There is
a couple, and then build your way up to that girl that
There's
you really
very
wanted.
much about job hunting that's like dating. There is. But you want to be dressed. You want to be dressed professionally, not overly dressed up, but you want to feel like, hey, I could hire you on the spot, and you can walk into my company and you'd fit in.
Absolutely.
So do you recommend doing like research on companies before you even going to the job fair?
Yes. And it can be as simple as going to their website. Who are they? What are they? Who are their customers? Who are their competitors? I mean, sometimes it might be it's a store or a restaurant or something that you frequent, so you know something about it. Bring that knowledge in there. They're going to ask you, why do you want to work for my company?
Right. Okay. And then at that point, you can just start talking about all the things that they do.
That they do, and how and it's really about understanding yourself. And it's not easy, and it's not fun. It's not fun.
I like interviewing.
Okay. All right. There's always an exception, but
I've had panel interviews where my knees are knocking together, and I was like, "Please hire me."
Yes.
But you can't say that.
You can't say that.
Right.
And really,
you can't look thirsty.
No, you really can't. It is because they'll feel that. That they'll get that vibe from you, and so really, it's a lot of practice.
My
So what
problem.
about the people who go into the interview and say, "I'm really nervous about this"?
Is that?
I would practice enough where you don't need to say that. We know.
Okay.
We know you're nervous.
Is that a deal breaker?
It's not a deal breaker,
Okay.
but it does. It sort of might get you off on a little bit of a misstep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is light at the end of the tunnel.
There is a lot of light. There is a lot of light at the end of the tunnel.
So visit Job Service, guys. Amy Hasman, we thank you for being here.
Yes,
I
guys.
appreciate
Stay
it.
tuned. Don't go
Thank you.
anywhere. There's more to come.
Thank you. That was Yes. Welcome back to Spectrums, everybody. Our next guest is ready to give us some financial tips to help us stay afloat in today's economy. Please help us welcome Yasmina Carroll, financial consultant and regional leader of Primerica. Come on, board. They're like, oh.
I have more.
I just split a little bit.
Hello.
Okay, so for those of us who don't know what Primerica is, can you tell us what Primerica is and the part you play with it?
Sure.
Or in it, I should say?
Oh, that's fine. Well, actually, as she said, I am a regional leader with the company and agent. We assist people on how to make money and how to save money, educating people on what they need to do with their money. We have so many people that are falling short with what they need to do with their finances when they receive it. Unfortunately, when we get a paycheck, there's no, what do you do with this thing? It's already spent. So there's no instructions on it. So therefore, that's where we fit in.
Oh, awesome.
So when dealing with spending and saving, how can one save if they don't have any money to
Yeah, I was
save?
talking about that
Or
earlier, yeah.
Does everybody
Yeah.
have money to save?
That
I mean, is it
$5.
just kind of an
Well-
idea that we have that maybe we don't have it, but do we actually have it?
Well, what I would say is just by experience and what I've learned thus far is I believe that it actually starts around our kitchen tables. It starts at being a youth and what our families are, pouring to us as being youth. But one great thing is it's not too late for us as we do become adults and, we're out here in the real world.
Right.
We have to actually, it's a mindset.
Yeah.
It's totally a mindset. And it's totally knowing that you have to find some discipline, and it has to be learned discipline. And if an individual, you have to really come to an understanding that, hey, I need this help, the help is available, and I need to utilize what's given.
And so what's a financial needs analysis? You can
Okay,
help with
well,
that,
a financial needs analysis, it does assist people in the areas of retirement goals, asset management, debt elimination. We also educate people on the right type of life insurance to have. And one thing that's great about what we do with our financial needs analysis is complimentary.
Can you guys get rid of student loans?
Well, we
Or
also,
help
we
out?
actually, yeah, we can assist you with that.